Hello. I know it's a little bit awkward. I'm not really good at taking videos, but it's gonna be an introduction video. So, my name's Carson. I've been playing guitar for roughly about 3 months, which is really not even that long. But I feel like I've mastered the basics. I have 100% mastery in the basics. I'm now an intermediate guitarist, which means as I start a beginner, self-taught, I can help y'all learn a bunch of beginner stuff. That way you don't have to go through all the suffering and agony that I had to go through. This will be a compilation of videos. We're going to be going over how to master open chords, chord switches, bar chords, music theory, technique, how to play songs, right? And with all this, I'm also going to make guitar covers, so I hope you enjoy the video. And this video is not going to be well edited. It's actually going to be a full take and one try, so if I mess up, just bear with me, okay? I'm not really good at editing videos, so I'm not going to do it. I might do a little bit of editing, but hey, let's just get started, alright? So, I'm going to have my camera like this. Actually, might as well. So, I'm going to have it like this, alright? This will be how you can see the chords that I'm going to play. And you can see all the strings, alright? And also have my pick on here. So, I may as well just jump it out, alright? So you can see the chords right here. So, first thing I want to go over is just basic guitar knowledge, okay? So, when you're starting as a beginner, I'll switch the article for this. When you're starting as a beginner, there's a lot of stuff that you typically have to go over. And there's a couple things I wish before I started, alright? First thing is, I feel like we should learn technique before we start playing a lot. That way, when you start playing, it's going to be a lot easier, okay? So, the first technique I want to go over is how to hold a pick. This pick is about 0.73 millimeters, so it's a pretty, as you see, bendy. It allows, it's still not super bendy, right, but it's a little bit bendy, so I'm able to, and with that, I'm also able to, I can go, I can't alternate pick well, but you can still alternate pick, and you can shred with this pick, alright? So, you first things first is gonna figure out how to hold your pick, alright? Focus. So, what you wanna do is, as you see, you wanna grab your pointer finger, and you wanna put it like that. Then you wanna have your thumb, and you just wanna pinch it like this, alright? Now, typically what I'll do is I will grab my pointer finger, and I will put the knuckle kinda down, so I have it like my knuckle, right? And just like this, right? So boom, that way, when I am strumming, I typically place my, if I'm gonna for example, do a lot of one string setting, I'll typically place my pointer finger and ring finger below the strings. And when I'm doing a lot of things, I put it at an angle. So look, typically it's gonna be overhead like this. When I'm strumming, I just grab and I just, right, super simple. But what you want to do when you're shredding is kind of have it at an angle. So typically I'm like this, right? You want to have it at an angle like this. It's gonna allow you to easily switch like that. So when you're playing, you just you can some you can still go a little bit slow. So, with that, let's start with playing your first couple notes, okay? So, you want to make sure your guitar is tuned. So, let me teach you how to tune your guitar, alright? So, first example, I have my iPad here. We're gonna open up an app. It's called Guitar Tuner. So, here's how it works. It's kind of bad. So what you're gonna do is it's gonna, oopsie daisy, right? It's gonna boot up. Hold up. Like this. You're just gonna cut out, and boom, you have a guitar tuner right here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna see 6 buttons: E, A, D, G, B, and E. You want to click the E on the left side. This is gonna be your low E. It'll sound like this. Now what it says is it'll either tell you tune up or tune down, right? If it tells you to tune up, you're gonna you're gonna grab your E tuning peg, which will be right here on a straight line, and you're gonna twist it away from you. So twist away. And I'll put up a green check mark, and that means you're good. Next is A, so the string below it. This one's good. B, D. This one's a tiny bit sharp, so just perfect. G. B. This one's a little bit sharp, so just. Now, your high E string takes a little bit more twists to get it, right? And let's say that this string is down, like flat. Sorry, it says to tune down. You're just gonna twist it away from you. There you go. So like that. So that's how you do it for tuning. And once you do, it should sound nice and clean, just like this. Super clean. So once you do that, we're gonna learn our first couple notes and chords. So one thing you should know is the names of all the strings. It's gonna help you in the long run. So let's review the strings. I'm sorry, this is so bad, but here we go. So the string right here, this is your E string. A, D, G, B, E. So yes, this E is the same one as this E, just a different octave. So they sound the same. That's why. All right. A good way to remember this is called Eddie, Eddie, ate dynamite. Good, bye, Eddie. Eddie ate dynamite. Good, bye, Eddie. Eddie, bye, good, dynamite, ate, Eddie. Eddie ate dynamite, good, bye, Eddie. Just like that. And that's how you memorize all your strings, okay? We'll get eventually into how to memorize the frets and all that stuff. But let's just explain the parts of the guitar, alright? So, your main parts. This is called the headstock. This is where we're going to have your tuner and we're going to wrap up your coils. This whole body right here, this is called the neck, also known as the fretboard. Alright? These little metal things, these are called frets. And these are called fret indicators. They're every so often, right? So the frets are ringing to click. So for example, if you want to play fret, you're going to play right behind the fret and pluck. Whoops. Right behind this fret. This one. It's chromatic, so it means it goes ever so slightly, right? Then we're going to have a little bit of parts right here, okay? So look, these strings, these are just called strings. These little things, they're called pickups. So this is a single coil pickup, the straight line. Single coil pickup, the straight line. These two are together. This is called a humbucker. It's a different type of pickup. This is going to be a volume knob. I'm using a Stratocaster. This is a whammy bar, we call it. And then this is a tone knob, and this is a tone knob. Then this is a pickup selector. So for example, a pickup is what detects the vibrations and turns it into waves that you play the guitar in. So if you want to play in this pickup, you would turn this all the way up, so play this pickup. It's the 5-way pickup, so you can put it in between the middle and over here. Whoops. And you can play it basically right here. You play the middle, you're going to play here. play the next click right here, you play the last one, you're gonna get humbucker sounds. Sounds weird, right? Because you're playing from this pickup. You typically use this pickup when you're doing some more shredding, so like a, and it removes the hum out of your guitar, specified by its name, humbucker. I'm using this first pickup, sounds a lot better. Alright, actually I'll use the middle. So, let's learn our first chord, alright? So, our first chord is, we're gonna name these notes, okay? So this is called second fret. As you see, there's little spacings between each fret. First fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, sixth fret, and so on, okay? So we're gonna use the second fret, and we're gonna number our strings, okay? So this is gonna be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6, okay? So you're gonna put your middle finger on the second fret, string 5, and your ring finger on the second fret, string 4. All right, once you keep it that way, hold it down, nice and hard, make sure you press down, and you wanna make sure you're kinda doing it towards the ends, but not too much, so middle on the 5th, and then ring right here. Then, grab, and just strum from the top. I'm gonna use my pick, I'll hold it the way I got taught. Sounds nice, right? Now look, that's called an E minor. Did you know that if you just put your pointer finger right here, it's gonna be your 3rd string. Sorry, your 4th string, and then you put your 2 fingers there on the 5th and 6th, on the 5th and sorry, this is the 3rd string. Look, you put your pointer finger on the 1st fret, 3rd string, your middle finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then your ring finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. This is called an E. Sounds nice, right? So you can just continuously swap back and forth. So I'm gonna strum. Ready? I'm gonna go into landscape so you can see this right. You hear the difference? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna stay back in landscape mode and we're gonna learn our second chord, okay? So go back to this little E shape, we're gonna call it E, right? And I want you to grab your back to E minor, sorry. You can grab your 2 fingers and you're gonna put them down. So your ring finger would be on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, middle finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and then put your your pointer finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. And I want you to strum from the 5th string, so do not hit this one. Don't hit this string. Just start from A and strum down. That's called an A minor. So I'm gonna go from an E. I'm gonna put my fingers down to an A minor. Boom. All right. Now, those are gonna be your first 2 chords you're gonna learn. E minor, E, A minor. Boom. Now next thing we're gonna cover just shortly is gonna be beginner strumming. So basically what you're gonna do is I want you to, when you're strumming, do not use your whole arm. I'm muting the strings. Do not use, doesn't really sound good, right? You wanna glide your pick with it. So you wanna let the pick glide. Right, it sounds a lot better. So look, does this sound better? Or the second one, right? You just put some chords on it. Now, all you can do is do some strumming. So for example, down, 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 up, down, up. So you still want to have a motion, right? So even if you're not playing, you're gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then what you can do is you can occasionally strum on some of these strokes, like. If you add a little bit of chords, you can go. So this one goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Boom. Now, before we end, you know, your first 3 chords, we're gonna teach you a mini song to play, okay? So we're gonna go into landscape mode for this. We're gonna go into cover mode. So you wanna go put your middle finger on the 3rd fret, just hit. Put your middle finger on the 5th fret, and then don't remove your finger, just play like that. So you want to go boom, right? This is called 0. No string is called 0. 3, 5. We're gonna play just on the E string. So 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 6, 5, 0, 3, 5, 3, 0. Boom. Ready? I'm gonna go nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 0, 3, 5, 0, 3, 6, 5, 0, 3, 5, 3, 0. That's Smoke on the Water. The real version is played. Sorry. But you can just play it on the E, okay? So. Voila! So, that's gonna be your first tutorial. I will post a lot more tutorials. Next video, we're gonna be learning how to play Counting Stars by OneRepublic. So, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And, yeah, if you have any song requests you want me to do my covers, put them in the comments. Thank you. Peace.